Hey guys, so today's video is going to be an entire full face of first impressions drugstore makeup edition. So everything I have is from the drugstore, so it's all affordable and it's all first impressions. Let me say that 5 more times. So in this video, you're going to be able to see what I like, what I don't like. I try to give you as much description of each product as possible, like the pros and the cons of everything as well. I really enjoyed doing this video and I look forward to doing some more first impression videos. So if you would like to see how I got this makeup look, please keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my hair back. These are going to be like this is like my designated YouTube headband from now on, I think. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna try are 2 primers. So I'm gonna be trying out the NYX Angel Veil primer, which has been around forever, but I just now got it. So, and then I'm gonna mix a little bit of this Rimmel Good to Glow Highlighter Illuminator in 01. This was in one of my drugstore hauls, I believe. So I'm gonna mix these 2 together. So I'm putting a little bit of that on my hand, and then a little bit of the Rimmel, which I think I just put way too much, but oh well. So I'm just gonna, if you can see the consistency, both products are like very thick. So I'm just gonna mix those together on the back of my hand, and it's turning into like a paste. Interesting, right? Mixing the 2 together is really thick, but it looks nice. So it is really thick, and it doesn't feel very hydrating. So I don't know who to blame, either the NYX Angel Veil or the Rimmel Illuminator, but it was really thick and it doesn't feel like extremely hydrating. So I think next time I'm gonna like slap on some more moisturizer to like make up for that, but I think it gave me like a nice little glow. So moving on to foundation, I'm gonna be trying, I'm like late to the game on all these products, it seems. Just wait. Like the concealer that I have has been out and has been like a YouTube cult favorite for like a few years now, and I just got it. But anywho, so go back to the foundation. So I'm going to be trying out the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and this is in 01 Creamy Vanilla, I believe is the lightest shade that they have. It says medium to full coverage, it's lightweight, oil free, long wearing, water resistant, and sweat proof. Hey, it says Milani's in Los Angeles. I should go visit them. And it has a pump. Yes! 2 pumps on the back of my hand. It's really thick. Do you see that? Okay, so I'm just gonna take a flat foundation brush and I'm gonna start with one side of my face first. And that feels really thick. So the directions for the diamond sponge said to use the big flat side for foundation. So that's what I'm gonna do. Ooh. Look how fast that blended out. And look, that little like ridge right there, the side of the diamond, it's like fits like right beside your nostril and your nose. So that's awesome. So the foundation is coming off like a little yellow, and I'm neutral skin tone, so I don't really like that, but the coverage is phenomenal. Look at that. Wow. That's 1 layer. That is amazing. So let's do this. Cover up the nasty pimples we just popped earlier. I really like this sponge. Like, it blends stuff out faster than the Beauty Blender, probably because it's way bigger. But it doesn't look like it's like picking up a lot of extra product either, which is nice, because you know how like the Beauty Blender kind of soaks up some product depending on like what you're using. But I noticed my Beauty Blender like takes a lot of my product, even though it looks like it's taking a lot, but it really didn't. And it didn't cover up that zit, so that sucks. So far you can see that I just did my cheeks, and you can see my forehead, so you can see the coverage. I really like the coverage. I'm not too sure about the color because it does look really yellow to me, and like I said, I'm neutral tone, and I think this was like the lightest shade that they had. So I think maybe I should mix in some of my NYX foundation mixer in white, and maybe that would help get rid of the yellow. But I guess I wouldn't mind the yellow tone of it if I was wearing a shirt that like came up to here. But since my shirt today is like low cut, like I'm not one of those type of people that like a lot of foundation on my neck, and I never put it on my chest. But if I was wearing a normal shirt, it'd be okay. But since I'm wearing this, I don't know. We're gonna see if we can make it work. So I'm gonna do one more pump on the back of my hand, or my forehead, and nose. So far I've used 3 pumps, which is probably more than enough. This sponge is a little bit more difficult to use with fake nails, especially since my nails are so long. I love how it works around the nose though. I mean, it's kind of crazy how I got the lightest shade, and the lightest shade is still dark. The coverage is amazing. Like for real, if they could come out with a couple of shades that aren't like so yellow, this would probably be my new favorite foundation. Moving on to concealer, this is what I was talking about, how I'm like late to the game. I'm going to be trying out the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Everybody raves about this, and again, I'm like, I feel like I'm always on the hunt for new stuff. Like I never want to go get, like the second somebody raves about something, or like hundreds of people rave about stuff, like I always wait to get that last because I want to go discover like new stuff too, you know what I'm saying? So this is in the color 15 Fair. So I'm just going to do like what I would normally do. And this looks like it has a little bit of a pink undertone. And I'm going to use the diamond sponge for that too, I think. So I'm going to use like the pointy side now. Well, I'm going to use the flat side first to do my chin. I like this concealer. Ooh, I really like this concealer. I really like it. So now I'm going to flip it to the pointy side and do underneath my eye. Pointy side is a little flimsy. Not sure how I feel about it. I don't know. I really like the idea of it, but it is a little flimsy, as you can see. But this concealer though, I really like this concealer. So maybe if I flip it back over to this side, it will help. I feel like I see a little red peeking through right there, so I'm gonna put a little bit more concealer. It looks good on camera. When I look in the mirror, I feel like I see a little bit of red. Maybe I'm just being crazy. Okay, so to set my under eyes, my bad. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. and this is the under eye brightener. Multi's like pouring it into the cap. So to set the under eye concealer, I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques setting brush. And so first I'm gonna tap out these wrinkles, or creases, I'm sorry. I can't really see a huge difference. It's really hard to get it to come out of this jar. Tapping it helps. Actually, I kind of like it. Let's put some more over here. So far I like it. I guess we'll have to wait till I start putting on the rest of my makeup to see if it's really gonna like keep the concealer from creasing. So moving on to set the rest of my concealer on my face, I'm gonna be trying out the Essence All About Matte Fixing Powder, and it looks like this. I'm just gonna use the same Real Techniques brush, and I'm gonna set everywhere else. I don't know if you guys can see that, but do you see this redness right here? So I'm just gonna quickly set my face with this powder, just lightly. I'm just gonna dust it on there. Right there is getting really red. It's so weird because normally I only have like a few red spots like right here, and that's starting to peek through, but I never get red right there, so that's weird. So moving on to eyebrows, I'm going to be trying out this Maybelline Brow Precise, and it just has like a pencil right here. It's not like a twist up, so it's a pencil that I'm going to have to sharpen, and then it has a spoolie on the end. So it does glide on really easy, but it's almost too creamy, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like melting onto my eyebrow, like no joke. Like I really like how it glides on, but it really is like melting on my skin. That is so weird. And it's starting to clump up a little bit too. The spoolie I really like, but like look at this. See how it looks all like it's like melty? Do you see that? Like the point is like almost completely gone. So I just got in like close to the mirror so I could just try to like fix it. But I don't think I like this. Like if this was like the only thing I had at the moment, I would use it. But that's only if that's only what I had, you know? Like I wouldn't just grab it to use it because I like it. It would be like a last resort type of thing. The only good thing about it is the spoolie. The spoolie is really nice and sturdy, but even the color, like I got it in blonde, so I was expecting like a taupe gray color because that's the color I like to use for my brows, and this has more of like an orange blonde to it. See? Like it's not like the gray taupe that I typically like. So in case we forgot what this was, this is the Maybelline Brow Precise Eye Studio Shaping Pencil. And I'll put it up so you can see. This is a no-go for me. Minus the spoolie. That was good. So I couldn't find an eyebrow gel at the drugstore. I did purchase the Sonia Kashuk eyebrow gel during the summer and I absolutely hated it. I legit threw it away because that's how awful it was. It was like leaking out of the container. It wasn't setting the brows. It was just disgusting. So right now I'm using the Model in the Bottle eyebrow sealer, and this is my favorite. Like I think it takes the cake over the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I think it's cool because it comes in like this fingernail polish looking bottle, and like look how much I've used this so many times and I've barely even scratched the surface. So I feel like this is going to last a really long time. So while that's setting, let's go ahead and contour. So for contour, I'm going to be using this. Got it for $3.88. Winning. L'Oreal Glam Bronze, and this is the deepest shade they have, and it's in 03. And I like it because it has a gray undertone, and you can't find really any gray undertone contour shades at the drugstore. I feel like they all have like a red orange like undertone, and this is the first one I've seen that is gray. And it does look like it has like little flakes of gold in it, but it doesn't come off shimmery. So, well, at least I know that from the other one I have. I don't know about this one, so let's just hope for the best, right? So to contour, I'm going to be using my new favorite contour brush, and this is from Morphe, and it's the M437. It's a round contour brush. I hate the flat ones. You know what I'm talking about. I don't like those. Like the NARS Ita brush, I don't like it. Nope, sure don't. It was such a waste of $50. Probably like the most disappointing product I own is that brush. But anyway, so I'm just going to start off light. Oh boy. And I'm just gonna contour my cheeks. Ooh, this I like. But it makes me wonder if they're going to discontinue it, and that's why it was on clearance for so cheap. I hope not. Well, this obviously is gonna last me a really long time, so I guess it really doesn't matter, right? But I like this. That is nice. My chin and my jawline, and then I always take it below my ear too. This is good. I really like this. And then I'm not going to do anything too crazy on my forehead because I plan on wearing my bangs down, so there's really no point. But so I'm just going to lightly dust it up there, even though it looks like a lot, but it really isn't. It is kind of hard to blend, but I think it's this foundation. This foundation is like making everything hard to blend, it seems like. Looks so good. I hope they don't discontinue it. So now I'm just going to take a smaller brush, and this is the e.l.f. blending eye brush, and I like to use this to contour underneath my lip. And then I'm going to do this area right here, which I have no idea what that's called. So now I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit with this, so let's hope for the best. Right? So it came off really red on my nose, as you can see, but it did look really nice on the face to contour, but not on my nose. So I'm going to jump off here real quick and see if I can fix this, because that did not work for my nose. So I'm gonna see if I can fix this, and I'll be right back. So I tried to fix it the best I could. So I just took a blending brush and my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, and this is in 120 Classic Ivory. And I just tried to cover that up. So I'm just gonna keep moving, all right? So moving on to bronzer. Again, like half these products have already been out forever, but I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And this is just in the color bronzer. I do believe there is another color that is a light bronzer, I believe. It smells so good. And to bronze on my face, I'm taking the Morphe E3. So when I bronze, I just like to go over where I contoured, so it's like all one piece and you don't just see a line. So I like to go in circular motions and then up and down. This bronzer, however, I like. This is the first time I've used it. I did swatch it, but I've never put it on my face, and that looks good. That looks like a natural bronzer to me. Like a lot of bronzers have like that orange or red undertone, and this one just looks like, how do I explain it? Like a white bronzer. So you know how there's like red tone bronzers and orange tone? This is like a white toned. I don't know how to explain it. Let's jump to eyes and then come back and finish the rest of the face. So for eyes, this is the product I'm most excited for in this whole entire video. This is the Covergirl True Naked, and this is the Roses palette. Isn't this so pretty? I've been dying to try this. So to start off, I'm just going to take this cream shade right here and this Sedona lace brush. This is EB13. It came in my Etsy bag, so I'm just gonna take that. It does seem a little powdery. Oh, ooh. So it is powdery, but the color is nice. I like that. So the next color I'm going to try is this one right here. It's like 3 over, starting from the one we just used. I'm skipping the second shade and moving on to the third shade. It's just kind of like a taupe color. And I'm going to stay with the same brush. And I'm just going to work this into the crease. Ooh, this is a nice transition shade. The only thing I don't like though, it's really powdery. But the color is awesome and they blend really well, but dang, like, I feel like I'm going to waste, watch this. I feel like I'm going to waste a lot of product because look, all of it. I don't know if you can see it, but it just kind of like comes off. So next I'm going to take, so I took this one first, then we moved over to the third shade, and now we're going to skip the shimmery shade and go to like a darker version of this shade. So I'm taking that one and I'm just going to work that in the crease as well. So I guess we're just gonna do like a lilac mauve-y eye today, and I'll put some like shimmer on the eyelid. But that's kind of what I'm going for right now. I kind of feel like I should have baked while I was doing this since it is so messy. Dang it. So that's what we have so far. And then I think I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna take a different brush. I'm going to take this Morphe G13. It's just more of a precise blending brush. And I'm going to dip into this darker shade right here. It's the second to the last. Start on the outer corner and see what we got here. I'm going to work a little bit into the crease. I thought it was just like a darker kind of lilac gray. But it's coming off like kind of, it's like a light black almost. I don't know, maybe I'm colorblind. Keep building it up a little bit. Then I'm just staying on the outer part. And this one isn't powdery, so it's good. So for the lid, I'm just gonna take my my trusty MAC 242 brush, and I'm gonna dip into this shade right here. It's just a champagne color, and I'm just gonna put this on the lid. That is pretty. Just imagine if I got my brush wet. I should have done that. That's pretty. I like that. So now I'm gonna take this more white champagne shade, the second one in, and I'm just gonna put this like in the inner corner and then kind of work it up to the lid. That is so pigmented. Can you see that? Oh my god, this video is gonna be so freaking long. I'm gonna take, I was gonna try to keep all matte shades except for the lid, but I'm gonna take this purple color right here. It is the third one from out here, and I'm just going to work that on the outer part of the eye. Doing like a C. Really messy. Like look at this. Do you see all of that fallout all over that? Not okay. Because you know when you have eyeshadow fallout and you touch it, it just smears. Like, I don't like that. So now I'm just going to go back to my Sedona lace brush, and I'm going to go back in with this deeper purple right here that we had, and I'm just going to buff that darker color out. Now I'm going to get my MAC 242 brush wet with some Fix Plus, and I'm going to go back in with that champagne shade, the pinky one. Wow, that just brought that color back to life. I'm literally just packing it on the entire lid and then just patting it on the outer corner. So while that is drying, let's do blush. So I have this blush from Makeup Revolution. It's a matte blush and it's in the color Beloved. It's just like a coral baby pink color. What do I want to use? I'm going to use this Morphe 403 brush. It's just kind of like a fat brush. Oh, that is also really powdery. Oh my god. Do you see that? Jeez. So I'm going to start on the apple on my cheek and just kind of push it back. It's pretty, but man, that is messy. I always like to do it lightly on the apples and then drag it into the bronzer. Just what works the best for me, and it looks like I went a little crazy there. This blush is okay. Don't really see myself gravitating towards it that much, but it is okay. I look crazy. I should fix that. So, I'm going to take this Sigma Small Duo Fiber Brush. This is the F55, and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. It does blend out really well. So that's good. Maybe I should check out different colors. I'm gonna leave it pretty dark because I like my cheeks kind of dark. I mean, what's the point of wearing blush if you can't see it, you know? So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna go back in with the bronzer brush. No additional product. I'm just going to lightly go over back here. Okay, so the eyes are dry. So I put this pink champagne metallic shade all over the lid, and I'm going to take the more white champagne shade and I'm just going to pop that in the middle with my ring finger. Just give ourselves some dimension, if you will. I really think this reminds me of the Carly Bible palette. So I'm going to go back in with the G13 and this darker color right here, the second one to the end, and I'm just going to try to deepen up the outer V just a little bit, nothing too crazy. And then I'm going to wipe off the brush. I'm going to take this other matte, darker lilac shade, and I'm just going to run that into the crease just to get that shimmer out of there. And I'm wiping off the Sedona brush, and I'm just going to buff around the edges very lightly. So to highlight my brow bone, I guess I'm just going to take that same second one in shimmery shade, and I'm just going to use this Dr. Hauschka eye shadow brush. And I always start in the very center, and then I just pull it down. Okay, so there's no fallout on my face, so that's good, but half the palette is in fallout all over my desk, so that is a big no-no for me. But the color is really good, so I could probably overlook that, maybe. So moving on to the bottom lash line, I'm gonna take my Sigma pencil brush, and this is the E30, and I'm just gonna mix. I'm trying to hold it this way so you can follow along, because when I turn it backwards, it makes everything backwards, you know, when I turn it upside down. So I'm gonna take the two purpley matte shades in there. I'm just gonna mix them together, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna run that on the lower lash line. And I'm just gonna do that a few times until I build it up as dark as I like it. And then what I like to do is I like to round it up like this. So that way it just connects to the top and the bottom. Now I'm just gonna take I'm going to take the very end color. It looks like a dark black purple with some shimmer, and I'm just going to run that on the outer part of the eye and circling up to the top. So for mascara, Voluminous Miss Manga, and it's the one with like the metallic pink lid and then the black body. So I'm going to try this. I've never tried that before. So I'm just going to curl my lashes and then apply that. So the brush looks like this. It's pointy and fluffy at the same time. Ooh, I like how this applies. Like the brush is kind of flimsy, but in a good way. You can see. That's nice. I like that. So there's my eye with none, and then that's that. Really like this mascara though. I'm gonna do a second coat. Look at that. So good. So good. For liner, I'm just going to take the Rimmel nude eyeliner. I don't have a new eyeliner. I don't really buy a lot of eyeliners because I just don't, so I don't have a new one to test out. One with like the twist up top. I'm just going to run that in my waterline. So my camera legit stopped recording because it hates me, real life problems. But all I did was finish putting the nude liner on this eye, on this waterline, and then I coated my bottom lashes with the Miss Manga mascara. So while the mascara dries, let's go ahead and highlight. So I'm taking this NYX highlighting palette, and it's just called Strobe of Genius. Okay. And what colors should we take? Let's take a little bit of this purple color. It looks a little more silver purple since we have like the lilac going on our eyes. So let's take that one and see what that looks like. And then we might have to dip into a different color depending on what happens here in 5 seconds. To highlight, I'm going to be using the Makeup Geek cheek highlighting brush. I'm going to use this in a while. That's pretty. Ooh. So I always start like in the center and then I pull it backwards and forwards to blend it. But I'm really liking this purple highlight. Like pink highlights are already my favorite. So let's mix. So we took the purple shade, so let's take this shade right next to it. It's like a baby pink looking color. And I'm just going to put that on top. But it kind of took away the purple. Okay, so going back in with the purple. I'm putting that back on top. Oh my gosh, I'm like really digging this purple color. Looks so good. So now I'm going to mix the purple and the pink. So now I'm going to take my blush brush that I used, the Morphe 403 and 403, and I'm just going to try to blend a little bit of that out. And back in with a stippling brush to kind of blend it all together. So to highlight my nose, let's go ahead and take the lightest shade in the palette. It's just kind of like a white champagne color. And I'm going to take, I'm not sure what this is. It's just a flat eyeshadow brush. It looks like it came from a set from Target. So I'm just going to highlight the bridge of my nose with it. Ooh. So moving on to lips, I'm taking this Rimmel 049 Natural Lip Pencil, and it's like a sharpener one. And I'm just gonna line our lips on the lips. I feel like I'm struggling a little bit to get the color to show up though. So moving on to lipstick. I'm trying the Katy Perry collaboration with Covergirl, and these are all supposed to be matte, and I'm just taking this baby pink color, and this is called Pink Paws. It actually smells kind of good. It's pretty, but it's patchy. And then for a lip gloss, I'm going to take the Rimmel Oh My Gloss. I've swatched these before. They're amazing. And this is up to 6-hour wear. I don't know if I believe that, but this is in the color Keep a Secret, and it's just a pink color, and there's a little bit of like sparkle in it. Now, I don't have a new setting spray. I should have grabbed one, but I didn't. So I'm just going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. So I went ahead and took off the headband because, one, it was hurting right here like they always do. So this is the final makeup look of testing all these drugstore products. So everything was good. My favorite thing out of this was probably the Butter bronzer and the NYX highlighting palette. My third favorite would be this palette, even though it was really messy and there was a lot of like fallout when you were putting your brush in. So I did not like that, and it did make a huge mess. So don't like that at all. But the colors are beautiful. What else? Oh, and I absolutely hated the Maybelline Brow Pencil. Not good, would not repurchase, probably won't use again, to be honest. Let's see. And then the Milani foundation, now that everything is on, I'm going to come up close. If you can see, it started to break up around my nose. Yeah. It started to break up, and it was kind of hard to blend other products on top of it. So it could have been either the concealer didn't go well with it, and that's what was making it difficult. I'm not sure. But when I look around my face, I can see it's kind of like caking up a bit. So it could either be the setting powder or just the foundation, or my skin is like too dry. There could be a lot of things. But other than that, oh, and I really like the Miss Manga mascara. I didn't even have to go back and like curl them again. Like they just stayed, so I do like that. So to conclude this video, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I'm going to do some more. I really like this first impressions because you can like see my honest reaction to things, and then stuff that you hear hype about, then you can like see my opinion too, because like just because everybody else likes it doesn't mean it's going to work for me or you. So it's nice to get like a variety of opinions. So on that note, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next videos. Bye.